Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to be filming this video. It's going to be the first video in my new Motivation Monday series. So last Monday I posted a video just kind of introducing it and asking for ideas. So if you guys missed that video and you're not really sure about this new series, like if you don't know anything about it, I will go ahead and link that video in the description box if you guys want to go check that out. So to kind of kick off the series, I decided to share 10 inspirational quotes with you guys. So basically I just went on Pinterest and I found some inspirational quotes that I personally really related to. I don't know, I just thought this would be a fun one to kind of start the series with, but like I said in the last video, I can literally go in any direction with this series, which is what I really like about it because I have freedom to kind of talk about anything. And none of these quotes are very long, they're all more just like simple ones that can be related to multiple different types of situations, but sometimes all you need are just like a few little words to get you motivated to keep going and to, you know, do whatever it is that you need to get done. And I also think it would be really cool if everyone comments their favorite inspirational quote. That way we can all just like motivate each other. And another thing that I just wanted to mention is that obviously like I'm not taking credit for any of these quotes. I found most of them on Pinterest. If I know who said them, I'll tell you guys, but I don't know who said all of the quotes, but I just wanted to put that out there. So the very first quote that I wanted to share with you guys is a very simple and short and sweet one, and it's just, "Nevertheless, she persisted," and that is my personal favorite. That has very quickly become one of my all-time favorite quotes, and I quite literally relate to this one just with everything that I went through with the accident and continuing to just push myself to continue to grow and be better. You know, despite everything I've gone through, I've continued to just grow as a person. But what I love about the quote is that it's so simple, so you can relate it to, you know, small everyday obstacles, or you can relate it to, you know, life-changing things like the accident. But if you guys are a fan of Danielle Carolyn, and I talked about her in my last video, and I've talked about her multiple times on my channel because she's one of my all-time favorite YouTubers. Most of her followers know that she loves the quote, "She believed she could, so she did." And whenever I, you know, heard the quote, "Nevertheless, she persisted," I like really connected with it, and I could kind of see it becoming like one of my life mottos, the way that Danielle relates to that quote, if that makes sense. So I do have that quote in my Instagram bio, and I want to redo my channel banner to have it in there because, I don't know, I just really relate to it so much, and I think that it's such a powerful quote despite how short it is. So the second quote that I want to share with you guys says, "Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being excited for what could go right," and that was said by Tony Robbins. And I love this quote just because there's so many things in our lives that we always dream of doing or we talk about doing, but we never take that step to actually make it happen. And I know that I myself am quite a worrier. I'm the kind of person that I will stay up all night just thinking, overthinking things. You know, I'm constantly just criticizing myself about every little thing that I've done wrong rather than, you know, being appreciative of the things that I've done right. And we all just hold ourselves back so much in life, and it's like there are just so many things that we're capable of that we just don't even let ourselves attempt. Third one is one that I really connect to, and it says, "Walk away from anything or anyone who takes away from your joy. Life is too short to put up with people who waste your time." And I don't want to get into this too much because I do relate this to things that I have actually gone through, and I'm not trying to bash anyone, but I'm definitely at a point in my life where if I don't want to hang out with you, if I don't want to spend time with you, if, you know, you bring me down as a person, like I just kind of stopped hanging out with those types of people. I, you know, cut off communication with people that were negative in my life because I don't have time for that, especially as a person that's grieving. Like, I don't need any more negativity in my life, and why would I want any negativity in my life anyways? And this is something that's very difficult because we always want to see the best in people. We always want to, you know, believe that they're going to get better, or, you know, that the good outweighs the bad. But if, you know, they're mostly bad, if they're mostly negative, if they're bringing you down all the time, just cut them out of your life and you will find so much more happiness. And then I think this is the fourth quote, but to be completely honest, I already lost track. But anyways, it says, "Happiness is not a checklist. A dream job, a fast car, a good home, even love mean nothing at all if you have not yet found a way to feel full and content in your own mind and heart." That was very difficult for me to read for some reason. I can't talk right now. And that was said by Beau Taplin. And this is very important to realize because we do live in such a material world, but one of the things that I have, you know, really come to terms with since the accident is that material things are so irrelevant in the long run. And like, obviously I still like fashion, I still like girly things, but those aren't the root of my happiness. You know, they're a plus, they make things you know, better to an extent, but they're not everything. You're gonna find so much more happiness from things like relationships, and not just love, just, you know, your friends, your family, the people that you surround yourself with, and then especially the relationship that you have with yourself. If you use material things as, you know, this constant like mask for your happiness, then in the long run you're just gonna find yourself even more unhappy. And then this next quote I absolutely love. It's another really simple one, but it says, "May the flowers remind us why the rain was so necessary." I do have the author for this quote, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just gonna have all of the authors for the quotes that I know the author for in the description box with all of the quotes listed, so you guys can go ahead and check that out to see who said this, because I'm not even going to attempt to say it. But this is something that's so beautiful and so simple, but again, like, nevertheless she persisted. It's relatable to so many different types of situations. You know, without rain, like literally you can't have flowers, but without bad times you can't learn what good times are. Without, you know, negative situations you can't grow from them and become better. And then the next quote that I have says, "Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will," and that was said by Kareem Siddiqui. I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, not positive, but I love this one so much, because if you're doubting yourself and you don't even take a step toward whatever it is that you're working toward, then there's absolutely no chance of it happening. But if you attempt something and you fail and you learn from it, then you can just do it again and make it better. So if there's something that you have been wanting to attempt, but you're worried that you're going to fail, you're worried about what other people are going to think, or you just don't think you're capable of, this is me telling you to just go for it. And if you fail, so what? If people judge you, screw them. Like, just do it, just make it happen. At this point, I have definitely lost track of how many quotes that I've shared with you guys, so I'm just gonna read a few more. This one says, "Just always be the better person and make your intentions pure. What and who you are is what you'll attract, what you'll maintain. Pain is inevitable and it will always exist, but if you focus on understanding what you are feeling and why you are feeling it, you will overcome it." That was a long one, and there are a lot of different points in it that I love. But the first part is basically just saying, like, no matter what you do, who you're dealing with, you know, always be the better person, always do the right thing, and like, who you are is what you'll attract. So if you're a positive person, you're going to attract more positive people, but if you're being negative, then like, you're only going to hang out with negative people and you're going to continue to bring yourself down even lower. So just be positive, and then you'll attract more positive people, and then in the long run you'll have more positivity. So that's the first part of it. And then the second part is saying that, you know, like, no matter what, pain is going to happen, but if you focus on like letting yourself feel that way and learning why you're feeling that way, then you'll be able to overcome it. But if you know, suppress those feelings, if you get, you know, just stuck in this rut, then you're always going to be there, or you're not ever going to learn like how to overcome it. And especially with grief, one of the things that I've learned is that, like, if I'm sad, like, I'm gonna let myself be sad. If I feel the need to cry, like, I'm just going to let myself. I'm not going to try masking my feelings. I'm not gonna try telling myself that what I'm feeling is wrong, because it's not. And if I don't let myself like feel the way that I naturally feel, then I'm not going to be able to like understand those feelings and learn what I need to do to overcome them. I know that one was a little bit longer and kind of hard to interpret, but I think that if you guys go ahead and just like read through it yourself, you'll be able to make your own connections to it. So I think this is the 8th quote that I'm sharing with you guys, and it says, "If there is even a slight chance at getting something that will make you happy, risk it. Life's too short and happiness is too rare." And that was by A.R. Lucas. And this has kind of been like my viewpoint on everything recently, because like I said this in the last video, but one of my biggest regrets, or like one of the biggest things that I've learned from the accident, is that I hate the idea of missed opportunities. Like, there were so many things that I wanted to do with Ryan, but I just never made them happen. So now I just kind of have the mindset that, like, no matter what situation I'm in, I'm just going to do what's going to make me the happiest in the long run. So I'm doing things like traveling more and filming more videos and posting more on social media, because those are things that make me happy. To be completely honest with you guys, like, I don't really like the idea of school right now, and I'm even wondering if I want to get my degree, because it doesn't make me genuinely happy. And like this quote says, like, life is so short, and I would much rather look back on my 20s and be happy that I traveled and experienced the world than look back and just remember sitting in a classroom all day. And I don't want you guys to like take that the wrong way, or like tell your parents that I'm saying it's okay to drop out of school or anything, but it is something that I have thought about, because I feel like I've spent too much of my life like being sad and negative and, you know, just dreaming of things happening. Like, I really just want to make things happen. And then the next quote that I want to share with you guys says, don't stop dreaming just because you had a nightmare. And this is something that I can really connect to, because a lot of people that are in my shoes, you know, would be moping around all day still, and they would say, you know, life sucks, like why would I even try, you know, nothing good ever comes from it. But I can honestly say that, like, Ryan wanted me to be happy, and I know that if he were still here, he would be pushing me to continue with the things that make me happy and the dreams that I have, you know, YouTube for example. But you know, like, you really can't let one bad experience ruin your entire outlook on life. You just can't do that, because then you're never going to be happy. Like, bad things happen, you can't avoid that, but you can learn from them. You can use those as your motivation to have better experiences moving forward. Like, you literally have the power to make your future what you want it to be. And then the very last quote that I'm going to share with you guys just says, be not afraid of moving slowly, be afraid only of standing still. And this is another thing that I can really relate to grieving, but you can relate it to so many different types of situations. Like, there's so many times in life when we look at the time something takes and we let that be the determining factor of whether we go for it or not. And if you think about it, time is literally a man-made thing. Like, it doesn't actually exist, which sounds really weird to say, and I know, like, what I'm thinking. But like, time is man-made, so whether something takes an hour or a day or a year, if it's something that's going to make you happy, you should just go for it. And you know, even if it's taking you twice as long to accomplish something, you're going to look back and you're going to be grateful that you've come as far as you have. No matter how long it took you to get there, you're going to be proud of yourself for getting to the point that you were at rather than staying where you were. And I know this sounds cheesy, but slow and steady wins the race. So anyways, that's going to be the last quote that I shared with you guys. I hope that this gave you a little bit of motivation to just get your week started on a good note. This video is definitely getting up a little bit later in the day than I wanted it to, but I've learned my lesson about procrastinating on filming videos, because it's 4 o'clock on Monday and I just got out of class, and I totally should have filmed this video over the weekend, but I'm still doing it, I'm still getting it up, and now I know for all of my Mondays to come that I need to film my video in advance. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any ideas for future Motivation Monday videos, let me know, and subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will go ahead and talk to you in my next one. Bye!